Well, starting with Pakistan, where on the election day, at least 5 policemen have been killed in a blast near a police van in the Dera Ismail Khan district. Now, earlier in the day, 1 security personnel was also killed in an attack on a security forces vehicle in the same area. Now, in light of the deteriorating security situation, the government of Pakistan shut down mobile services across the nation as soon as the polls opened. The polls are being held in the shadow of back-to-back terror attacks in the country. But prominent political parties have alleged rigging of polls as the intention behind the mobile services shutdown. Former Prime Minister Imran Khan-led Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf Party has called the mobile services shutdown an outrageous act of rigging. Meanwhile, former Foreign Minister Bilawal Bhutto's Pakistan People's Party leaders have also called the internet shutdown as the beginning of poll rigging. Now, his party workers have approached the Election Commission against the mobile services shutdown. The caretaker government has, however, maintained that all political parties are being given equal opportunity in these elections. The Interior Ministry has set up a control room to monitor the election security. Teams from home departments, the police, the Election Commission and concerned agencies are monitoring the security situation around the clock through the control room. Pakistan's Election Commission said it was prepared for a possible mobile services shutdown, adding that its systems are not affected by the same. Now, the Election Commission of Pakistan has also established a telephone helpline number to lodge complaints. The Commonwealth delegation, which was part of the international observers present at different polling stations in the country, have expressed satisfaction with the polling process in the country. But Pakistan's own Human Rights Council has alleged that shutting down mobile and internet services on election day is a cause of concern. Meanwhile, prominent leaders are headed to polling stations. The 3-term Prime Minister and front-runner in these elections, Nawaz Sharif, cast his vote in Lahore. Sharif has been cleared of all corruption charges and is eyeing a 4th term in these elections. Asifa Bhutto, the daughter of former Prime Minister Benazir Bhutto, also cast her vote. She also called on the citizens of Pakistan to step out and vote. Top PTI leaders, on the other hand, most of whom remain in jail, cast their votes through postal ballots. Among others, former Prime Minister Imran Khan, former Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi and former Punjab Chief Minister Parvez Ilahi voted via mail from Rawalpindi's Adiala jail, where they are currently lodged. Not only the leaders, from Karachi and Rawalpindi to Islamabad and Peshawar, Pakistani voters are also turning up at poll booths across the nation to cast their ballot. Interestingly, some voters are also making perilous journeys of over 100 kilometers to cast their votes. For more on this, our Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik has sent us this report from, in fact, he's joining us live from what I'm being told, that he's joining us live from inside a polling booth in Islamabad. Hi Anas, first up, give us a sense of what you see around you. From the reports that we are getting, voters are turning up in good numbers with a lot of enthusiasm to go out there and vote. Tell us what you see around you.
Well, that is correct. Earlier in the morning, we saw a considerably lower voter turnout, probably because of the weather as well. But as the day has progressed, we've seen queues of people lining up outside polling stations in a bid to vote and exercise their right to vote as well. While we do not have stats, but it is definitely an encouraging sight and an encouraging figure that we're seeing with regards to the number of people that have lined up outside polling booths here in Islamabad in a bid to cast their vote. Isha?
We also know that a department from the Commonwealth is there and is assessing the security situation over there, and they have said that it seems to be a fair polling process so far. However, opposition parties have alleged that the internet shutdown could be indicative of the rigging of polls. What are you picking up there? What can you tell us about it? Do you see the internet not coming on till the end of the polling process, or would you say there is some truth to what the opposition parties are alleging?
Well, it's a catch-22 situation. There are observers not just from the Commonwealth but from the EU, from Tajikistan, from Russia and from other countries as well here in the country to observe firsthand with regards to the electoral process. Onto your second part of the question, what the political parties have alleged. As I said, it's a catch-22 situation. We've seen incidents of violence happening in the country in the run-up to the elections. Just yesterday, just 24 hours prior to the election itself, in Balochistan, where at least 29 people were killed, more than 40 were injured in two separate incidents of terrorism. And as we speak, while polling is ongoing, there are two reported incidents of terrorism and violence, election-related violence. One that being in Kila Saifullah, where a polling station has reportedly been attacked, where at least two FC personnel have lost their lives, and the other being that in Dia Khan, where a police van was attacked with a bomb near to a polling station, in which at least 5 police personnel have lost their lives. So it is, as I said, it is a catch-22 situation. It could have been handled in a much more better and an efficient manner. Pockets could have been brought out as what was being indicated.
We seem to have lost a Pakistan Bureau Chief Anas Malik on the line there due to some technical problem. As soon as we are able to establish contact with him, and from what I'm told by the team, we have been able to establish contact with Anas. And Anas, if you can hear me, my next question to you is about the violence that you were talking about. If you can just give me a confirmation, Anas, if you can hear me there. Yes, you are there. Okay, so you were talking about the violence that the country witnessed. How do you juxtapose that amidst the security situation that has been ramped up, and everyone is talking about how security has been beefed up and it has been put in place? How do you juxtapose the two together?
Well, security overall has always been a concern in Pakistan since 2002. 2002 was the first election that I remember in my memory. Then 2008, where into the run-up of the elections, where we saw the assassination of Benazir Bhutto. Then in 2013, where on average in the run-up to the elections there were at least 3 terrorist attacks. Then in 2018, to one political party was practically not allowed to campaign. And then now in 2024, so the situation with regards to security has not much changed. But the only thing that has changed, I think, is how the terrorists have been operating. And of course, with the advent of digital media and the uptake of technology, the news travels faster. So that, of course, is a taking factor. More than 600,000 security personnel have been deployed across the country. That includes the military, the police, and the civil defense forces. The military being the third tier of security, the civil defense forces being second, and the police being the first tier of security. So the authorities on their part are trying to ensure that no stone is left unturned to ensure security, to ensure a smooth process of elections as it continues and into the run-up, into the lead of post-elections, where counting will be ongoing as well with regards to the ballot. That's what the authorities are trying to make sure. This is what the government has sought as a justification for its ban on the internet and mobile networks. But as I said, it could have been handled in a much more better and in an efficient manner. Isha?
What is the mood that you're picking up there, Anas? It's almost 3:15 in Pakistan, towards the end of the polling for the day. What is the mood that you're picking up there? Is there any indication of a particular sway towards a particular result? Are you picking up something on the ground?
I think it would be a bit too early to assess that right now, but there is the encouraging bit is that there is a voter turnout, something that we were not earlier witnessing throughout the day. In the morning we were in Lahore, and when the polls opened we did not see or witness that sort of a voter turnout. So now it's different, and of course that is encouraging for Pakistan's democratic process going forward. So it remains to be seen what would exactly be the voter turnout in about 2 hours from now when the voting ends. Isha?
Okay, I also want to ask you a very interesting point here. You do know that there is a poll by Gallup, US report that said that there was no trust in the elections. Overall, 70% odd voters in Pakistan said that they did not trust the elections this time around. And then we do see an enthusiastic voter turnout as well. How do you place the two together?
Well, historically, Pakistan's average voter turnout has been between 35 to 45%. It's just been in the 70s when you had a mammoth of a voter turnout that was 57.1%. Then in 2013, which was about 52.4%, and then in 2018, where it had the voter turnout was about 56%. So going by the stats and going by what we have seen outside the polling booths, I think this might just be a reflection of the trust of the people in the system. There are 128 million voters who would be out there, who would be voting, who would be exercising their right to vote. Of course, some of them are not in the country, so they could not be able to vote that way. Some of them would not be in their respective areas. So I think any turnout that is above 40% would be encouraging and a reflection of the trust of the people in the system, given the amount of voters that are there, Isha.
On that positive note, we'll let you go, Anas. Thank you so much for joining us with those updates. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.